All right, so today I got something special for you guys. I want to share my Etsy creation workflow with you because it's helped me get hundreds, thousands more sales using this workflow. So I want to show you how to do this as well so you can improve your business, improve your sales, which is what you want at the end of the day, right? So let's dive in and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So when it comes to this workflow, the thing that you have to keep in mind when it comes to selling online or selling on Etsy or really any type of business is there are two main buckets. The first is doing more, and the second is doing better, right? So those are the two buckets to grow your business, is to do more and do better. Now, if you can do more better, that is key. That's really what you want to do. So you're going to learn the more that you put in the repetitions, the better you're going to get. Just like anything, just like riding a bike, going to the gym, the more you do it, you're going to get better at doing it. So that the doing better will inevitably come. But the key is, and where we really have to get the most bang for our buck, is with the doing more. So it's not like doing more just to do more. And a lot of people miss this. They'll do more just to do more. They don't have a strategy behind it, and you're going to waste time doing this. And the one thing we don't have an infinite amount of in our life is time, right? We don't want to waste it. And many of you have limited times. You have families, you have other responsibilities, you're working. So we want to make sure that the time that we are spending on our business is time well spent, that it's going to give us the highest probability of growing our business. So when we are doing more, there are two things that you want to focus on with doing more. The first is going to be doing more based on what has already worked previously in your business, in your Etsy shop. The second doing more bucket is doing more based on demand. So this one's doing demand. This is basically doing more based on what has worked before in your business. That is really key. So when it comes to these two buckets, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, based on what is working, let's start here. And then the demand piece, I'm going to show you a tool that I use to help you with this, but you're going to at least understand what I'm talking about here. But the doing more based on what's working, we want to look at our shop and we want to see, what is getting the most traffic, in terms of visits, what is getting traffic, ultimately what is getting sales. Pardon my terrible writing there. So visits, and then the other one is, of course, sales. So a lot of people miss this. And as creators, we often try to do more just kind of willy-nilly, like, oh, I just want to do more because I want to do it, which is fine. You have to start somewhere, and you can always introduce different niches, sub-niches in to test things. But initially, to grow our business, we want to do it based on traffic or sales. Early on, you may not have sales yet, but you can tell, like, if you're starting to get decent amount of traffic on a couple of products, the sales are probably going to come. You just need a little bit more time. So what else can we do for both of these? Or if you start getting sales, what else can you do based on these two areas that are similar? So look at your listings, your Etsy listings that are getting traffic and or sales. Can you do more? Can you do similar items related to these? Can you maybe you do different variations? So each of these boxes are different variations of your product. Maybe do kind of similar, different color schemes, different your item, your subject matter on different products. Maybe you do different materials. But this is giving you kind of the breadcrumbs to follow, and you just have to kind of look at it and follow the breadcrumbs. I know it sounds easy, but there's so many people that kind of miss this. So do more of what is already working. Look at your shop and see how you can kind of repurpose what you've done, to make slight changes. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. Now, the second way, like I was talking about, is based on demand. And this is how you should start your business, because the main thing to keep in mind is, if people aren't looking for what you're selling, it's going to be really hard to sell it if they're not looking or wanting for what you're going to sell. So you have to make sure that in the niche that you're in, there is a demand for it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how great your product is. People aren't going to buy it. And I know that stinks, but that is just the reality. There needs to be demand. So one of the easiest ways to find demand is using a tool such as Alura. There's similar tools out there. I prefer Alura, but it's all a matter of preference. If you don't like Alura, use eRank. There's Everbee. There's other ones out there. They're all pulling Etsy's API data. So at the end of the day, they're getting the same data. Some have more features, some have less features. But you can find demand based on, there's two different ways that you can do it in Alura. You can do it based on keyword search. So if you're just searching for like gold necklace, I'm keeping this really broad just for the sake of the example, the sake of timeliness. I don't know why I'm keeping it broad, but we're just going to put in something simple here. So search volume, you can see, okay, gold necklace, there's a ton of search volume. Obviously it's very broad, so it's going to have a huge search volume. Competition I don't really matter about, but the other thing that I'm looking for, so if I want to get into the necklace market and I want to see, okay, what type of necklace I want to sell? All right, gold necklace has a ton of search volume. Then it just comes down to, obviously, there's a million different factors in what type of gold necklace it's going to be. But the other thing that you can use this for is to see similar keywords and similar products to determine the demand for those as well. And that could play into your decision to make or create those type of products. So we're going to let this load, and I'm going to show you similar keywords, and then I'm going to show you another way to use this. And real quick, if you guys want to grow your Etsy business, you want a positive, motivational community to help you do that, you can work with me directly and other sellers inside the Etsy Games VIP program. Very minimal investment. Right now, I think it's at $10 a month, but we're always adding new stuff in there, courses, resources, materials. And it's a positive way to go and grow your business. You can ask questions, get feedback. We do weekly coaching calls. So it's a fantastic place to come, hang out, not spammy like a Facebook group. You don't have to worry about that. Again, positive, motivational. I just added done for you Etsy SEO. So I do your SEO for you. You can ask for questions. You can get help from me and other members in there. It's a growing motivational community. So click the link below. You guys can join Etsy Games VIP program. I hope to see you in there soon. All right, so similar keywords. We can kind of look and see the demand for either these. This is good for additional keywords to add to our listings or additional products since we're looking for demand. So necklace, gold, letter necklace. So maybe like there's big demand for letter necklaces. So if I'm going to do gold letter necklaces, opal, so you can get an idea of the demand for certain keywords, this really comes down to the products too. It has the top listings down here too, so you can kind of see, okay, this monthly sales and total sales, and you can click into these and kind of see, okay, this is what they're offering, this is their title, this is their revenue, this is their tags that they're using. But again, this is a great tool to use to see, is there a demand? If I offer a gold letter necklace, do I have a chance to sell it? The answer is yes, based on this data. The other thing that you can do, and the other way I use this tool, is you can go by product. So we just did keywords. Now you can filter by product. So you can go in here, and I just do sales, and it has monthly, which is more trend based. I like doing total sales. So all time, I want it to show me all the listings that have a minimum of 100 sales all time. So if you can get 100 sales on one product, that's pretty good. That's really good, actually. So we're going to put in a keyword. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to do gold necklace again. And now we're going to search, and it's going to show me only the products that have 100 or more total sales that have gold necklace as a keyword to give me an idea of the demand. So this is great for product research. This is a great starting point. And a lot of people don't start here. They make the product and list it, not knowing if it's going to sell or not. That's a lot of work, and that's a lot of time if I don't know if I'm going to even have a chance to sell it. I want to make sure there's at least a decent demand, and then I know. If there is a decent demand, then I have to break through. I have to add my own flavor, my own style, my great, list good pictures, list it appropriately, with all the best practices for listing something. So here you see, these are all the listings that have over 100 sales. Some of them don't have monthly sales. Again, monthly is more trend based, but you can kind of see, okay, does this give you ideas? Maybe I want to do gold pendant necklaces. Maybe I want to do pearl gold necklaces. There's 1,000 different things that you can do, but this at least gives you an idea. Like, what do you like? What are you interested in? What do you want to offer? Mix that passion, that desire with a tool like this to find demand, and you're putting those together. So that is what you should be doing. When you're listing stuff, whether you're a brand new seller or an existing seller, You either list stuff based on what's working or based on demand. And if you stick to that path, kind of another part of this strategy is going to be this line is your niche. So you want to stick to this. I can do a whole video on this, and I have in the past, but this is your path to follow. You shouldn't be doing stuff all over the place. It should be aligned with your target audience and your niche. Now you can branch off this and have sub niches. If you have a gold letter necklace, maybe you want to branch off and do a bracelet. This is like a design for a bracelet. Maybe you want to offer earrings, gold earrings or something like that. Terribly drawn gold earrings. So you can kind of branch up. You're still serving the same audience. Whereas you wouldn't just go and offer a t-shirt when you're selling gold letter necklaces. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. Or baby stuff. So that's where people kind of fall off. So you want your niche to kind of stay on the path, and then you're going to circle back to what's working and demand. But that is it. That's the main content, or not content. That's the main creation strategy I wanted to share with you today. If you stick to it, it's going to get you a lot more in sales. It's going to reduce a lot of stress and save you a ton of time. And if you like this style video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. You have questions, write them below. I'd be happy to create more stuff like this, and there's tons more in my YouTube channel as well, or if you're listening on the podcast. Have an amazing rest of your day.